Let's talk love. It's not just about families. It's about our country also. It's also about our country so that we allow love to prevail. So that because we live in a country that is multi-ethnic, a country of many tribes, more than 40, we must allow love to flourish so that we can see each other as brothers. And when the president says he will not embrace opposition, that cannot be coming from love. When the president nominates certain categories of persons for parliamentary approval, persons everybody is worried about, that cannot be love for the country. When the Speaker of the National Assembly does that which goes contrary, not just to the law, but common sense, that's not love in the country. I invite the leaders of this country to let love prevail. In whatever actions we do, in our pronouncements, when we say we don't want to work with opposition, that is not love. When we say we are not incorporating certain persons in our government, that cannot be love, and yet we need love in this country. When we make decisions such as those of Moses Wetangula in the National Assembly, and they injure those who are already hurting, that is not love. The Bible tells us, love thy neighbor. It doesn't say, love thy neighbor who is good to you, or that who gave you food yesterday. Just love thy neighbor, because thy neighbor is not always perfect. When an election is over, and a person has become president, that person will be getting it wrong if they segment society. Because that country requires healing more than anything else. And I've said this repeatedly. There are millions upon millions of people in this country who are hurting. There are many people who are not watching TV since Ruto was declared president. They are hurting. Let us show them with love. Let us do those actions that show them elections are over and we have a country to build, and that love should flourish to enable an Azimio person see a Kenya Kwanza person as a fellow Kenyan, as a neighbor whom they must love. Let the president, in constituting his government, show that he understands the place of love in building a country by forming his government in a manner that clearly indicates that this country belongs to more than 40 communities. Yes, let's talk love in this country. Let's allow love to flourish. Let us not be bellicose. Let us not use lenses that are narrowly Azimio or narrowly Kenya Kwanza. When you make a decision as the president of the country, show love to your people. When you allow GMOs into the country, Your Excellency, that cannot be love for your people. This is an issue that requires serious debate. These GMOs have been rejected by serious countries. The GMOs have caused havoc, especially on biodiversity where they have been used. A country like Kenya, whose state of science is still low, cannot handle GMOs. A country like Kenya with value deficit cannot handle GMOs. In 10 years from now, Your Excellency, the mama in the village will never be able to plant things they have planted for ages because the GMOs will have destroyed the reproductive genes in them. Put simply, for anyone in this country to plant anything, including cassava, including sweet potato vines, anything, but beginning with maize. In a couple of years, you will never plant anything in this country whose seed has not come from these fellows. This country will therefore be dependent on the outside world for food. That cannot be love. Show love by putting this decision on hold. Whoever we want to please will not be there when Kenyans will be dying because of these GMOs. When we will not be able to have our own food. Please, Your Excellency, show love for this country. Otherwise, it can only be said, at the moment the country requires you, you got it wrong. At the moment the country required love from you, you didn't provide that love. And generations will be looking back and wondering, how could our president get it this wrong? But I know you love this country and you are a Christian. Put the GMOs on hold. Let's have an exhaustive debate. We shall find a way forward. But above all, show love and let us subscribe to this channel. Thank you.
Let's get together and feel alright. Hear the children